Guys, in this video, we're going to touch on the different types of stocks in the market and a little bit on how we should approach trading them. But we have to understand, first off, there's many different types of stocks and many different types of ways that they trade.
100% there. And I'm going to start with an extreme one because I think, look, if you've watched AMC or GameStop or some of those squeeze type names, there's an excitement about getting those gigantic percent winners. So that's why I want to talk about that style. For lack of a better word, we'll call it parabolic movers. Whether it's gapping up 20%, 50%, 100% movers, this is what I want to go over.
I think they're like gappers.
Gappers is another way you can think about it. So I'll use an example, and the key thing you want to see here is either they are gapping or have already put in a monster move. So a gigantic move, anywhere from 25% or more, that's what you want to see happen. And it's really about how do you approach these once that's been the case. Now, it's all well and good to catch something the first time they move, but when you see something, and this is going to show you cost, because we have 2 days of big moves in some of the meme names, and cost essentially was a sympathy play. So it already put in a sympathy move from $9 to $11 at the close, and then it comes in at about $9 in the pre-market and breaks out from that price. So it then retraces that range. Now, when you are trading this type of a stock, you've got to understand, if you do not get long on the break and don't have a long near that bottom, chasing at the top is a dangerous game. Trading inside of a consolidation there can work in either direction so long as you're willing to take it out. If you go long at the top and it capitulates, you get burned. If you go short at the top and do not take you out, this thing could go another $5, $10, another 100%, halt to the upside on you. Always feel like you have to try and get the bigger move while keeping the tighter stop. That's the way I approached it. I missed out on the long because AMC and GameStop were going and traded those. But once it broke down, tried to take the short, tight stop, and you make the top wick. At this point, it's now broken down and is heading down towards support. Wait for the next curl, which was a nice consolidation here. Again, allow it to test back up. It was $11 here. It was $10.50 there. Once it rolls over, you cannot scalp that for a small amount of a win. Like, you've got to hold on to it for the bigger win. Sure, 10, 20 cent scalp trades can work on this, but when it is moving 10, 15% at a time, you have to have something on board to extend the move all the way in. That's the point. It doesn't work if you're going to risk going counter trend or taking a trade where it's moving that big if you aren't willing to hold on for a portion of the trade all the way back into the bottom end of the range. And it works the other way. If you're breaking out of the long here and you're taking a 10, 11.50 through the top because it holds a support, well, you better have some on board when it gets to 12. And maybe you should have some on board in case it goes to 12.50 because it's shown you that it's got that big of a move in it. And you already know that going in advance. So expand your horizons, but you can still do that while having a tighter stop.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, tight stops is really the name of the game for almost no matter what style, but more specifically right there. So I'm going to go a little more broader, and we're going to talk about, growth stocks, dividend stocks, and just like the run-of-the-mill stock that you may be looking at. And my example today is going to be Facebook, but I think you can really apply this to any of the banks or any like I just mentioned there, any growth stock, dividend stock, anything like that, an indexed name basically. And what you're trying to do is, and this is what I do, we talk about this all the time here as we live trade, you're gonna try to find a name that is outperforming or outpacing whatever index you're looking at, right? So for me, if I'm gonna look at Facebook right now, I'm gonna look at the NASDAQ, and when I see that this is up double, so we got 1.5% on the NASDAQ today and 3% on Facebook, so then I've already chosen the way I wanna go, and that's gonna be long. Right? And then all we kind of do is keep it as simple as possible. You look to see levels. And if we keep bouncing off of levels down here, that's where you go into scalp mode. And again, it's going to depend on your style of trading, but that's what we're talking about now. So I like to take these, scalp them out as they move back and forth. Remember, you're not going to get those outsized moves like you are on a cost or on an AMC where all of a sudden, bang, it just goes 30%. It's going to be very hard for Facebook unless there's some sort of a buyout or something like that, or I don't know what, some decision that comes through. I've never seen Facebook move 30% like that unless it was earnings or something. But, just on a normal day, you're going to have to find levels. And I just think that as you find the levels, you just want to go back to a little longer time frames. And even if you use pre-market bottoms like we did here, this 25.50, it just kept bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. So we hit it and out. Like each one of these outs is 75 cents, you know, 50 to 75 cents. And then what I've done is you always try to hold a little bit. And this is, again, based on whatever strategy you guys have, but you're trying to hold a little bit. So as we go, you get these 25.50s, get them out, but then keep reloading, and then you want to try to hold, because if the NASDAQ does go, so here's an example, the NASDAQ started to go, right? So we want to make sure that we're in a strong name. So Facebook is strong. We don't need to get the 50 cents or 50% move there like you get on a cost. You hold a little bit because you're more confident in your levels. So you hold it. This time it went all the way to 228 off this 225. So we take the 250, look where the level is. It's right back here. It breaks 228 and we get out. And then the same thing again. We let Facebook settle down. We have this 228 bottom right there that we're talking about. Push it down to 227.50, right? And then we go long. So it dips back into these key levels. We go long again, and we're still holding a piece. So look, scalped out 50 cents, scalped out 75 cents, and we're still holding a third, as I look right now, $2.21 in the money. So, you know, long story short, I know this was a little bit of a long one from Neil and I, but I think it's important. You got to have your levels, but give it a little bit of time to breathe more on these kind of higher, not quality, but index names and things like that, because it will dance a little bit. You don't want to be wrong on Neil's stocks, so you got to get out ASAP. I think it's worth holding a little bit for these big rips like we have here in Facebook.
You got to understand exactly what it is you are trading, depending on what style of trader you are. So understand each individual stock is going to react differently throughout the day before we get too deep into a position, guys.